Yes, we've already talked about Ascension Healthcare quite a few times, dropped a number of articles about it, but this particular bit of information that just came out today is approaching the story from a new and I think important angle. It's just a quick NPR piece here. The article that I'm referencing is always linked below the video, so feel free to check that out if you want to deep dive this a little bit. But the story is about the real world consequences of these cyber attacks and what are some of the things that actually happen to people that are trying to operate within these companies or these systems post breach. So this is a quick story, details a nurse who was interviewed or maybe wrote about this story after the breach, where it's a neonatal Nicu unit, and there was an instance where improper narcotics were nearly administered to an infant because basically they'd rolled back to paper because they had to. And I know that may sound like the smallest inconvenience in the world if you're outside of the industry, but if you are used to doing something in a high stress environment like healthcare, day after day after day, it becomes part of your routine. You train to it. You're very comfortable with it. You have a ton of experience with it. If all of a sudden that system that you're relying on that reduces the overall stress load of your day is interrupted, changed, shifted, friction filled, and you have to pivot to something else, the stress load is not something that immediately dissipates. So while it may seem very simple to go to a paper chart, the thing that may not be obvious is how much are all of the other nuanced details of the things that you cannot do quickly and easily and simplistically. Now, how much is that impacting your stress load, and how is that stress load impacting the clarity of thought, your decision making, your checks and balances and double checks and process following and orientation on all of the other things that you have to do in an already complicated industry. Healthcare, right? So what may not be obvious is, oh, we switched to paper. Why is that so much harder? Because of everything that I just said and real world consequence, you almost administer wrong medicine to a baby. Incredibly terrifying, incredibly devastating if a mistake is made in that world. So why do I bring it up? Why are we talking about Ascension one more time? Because I've gotten on a little kick lately. If you follow us closely, you'll probably be picking up on it. But how do these attacks impact everyday life, real life, right? And I think this is a very clear example. These are real people. These are real consequences, and it's not obvious, although hopefully it will be the farther we move into the future. It's not always obvious how a software problem or a database breach can explode all the way out into a situation like improper narcotic administration. Not always obvious, but here it is. So the next time you're thinking about it, the next time you see a story about it, the next time you're thinking about your business and unintended consequences and weighing the cost benefit of increasing security, maybe shift your focus to the human element. Maybe shift your focus to how will this impact my patients, my clients, my team members, my vendors, doesn't matter, all the way down the line. Take a look at the risk involved with cyber breach from the human perspective. And I think that that is a very important aspect of this entire discussion. So as always, the article that I'm referencing here is linked below the video. If you like the content, if you found it informative, please feel free to follow us on any of the socials. We're dropping stuff like this all the time, trying to really make sure that anytime that we get online that it is valuable to you. So wherever you're at today, I hope you're having a fantastic one, and take care.